Deafen now.
Ah. Oh, I just saw the message. You got it earlier.
And there we go. There we go. Hello, everyone.
Hello, people.
How are you doing?
Welcome.
Good evening,
Welcoming.
good afternoon, good whatever time it is where you
Good
are.
good time zone to you, fellow people.
Exactly. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you for coming to our question and ask Q&A stream, where we can talk about this game that brought us here, you know, and the people behind this. Hello, everyone. Good to see everyone that's from the Discord.
Yep. Glad to see you.
So many nice faces to see here.
So let's see.
So, why is Ken in the chat? Come join us. God damn it.
Wait, we have a rogue member in chat?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
I see him. Well, we have Kenan be indirectly participating from the text chat. That's a concept.
Yeah.
There's quite a people. Very nice. How are you? I'm good, personally. I'm doing good.
It's almost hard to believe that this game is actually popular, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Like, oh my god, we've gotten so far.
We put everything the fans ask us to put in the game, even Sweep Sigma. Oh wait, that's spoilers. Shit.
Tommy!
Well, we just have to remove it from the game, so that way it won't be a spoiler anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut that.
And it's not even the season; it's still cold out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, take a seat, people. We're going to start quite very soon. If you have some question, prepare them, and we will answer to what we can.
Yeah, of course. There would be some questions that maybe we cannot answer. Of course, like if you ask us what the final boss of the game is, don't expect us to answer that. Or maybe we will, and we're not going to spoil everyone. Do you want that? Do you just want to know? Yes. Oh my god. Some people don't care, you know. Just give it to them.
Oh yeah. I mean, we had a few examples on the Discord of people who would love to have the full story. Handle on a plate.
You guys already know that Sigma is in the game. You can already fight Sigma.
And yeah, you can fight Sigma. It might be optional, but despite that, it's still Sigma. How innocent is the impulse? That depends of the point of view. Because, you know, from a certain point of view, what is innocent and what is an impulse?
Would you put Hatsune Miku in the game? Should we? Should we?
I mean...
Only if she's Brazilian.
I mean... Omega, what do you think?
I mean, we could just give Twin Tails to Rico or something.
I mean, yeah, a special Miku skin?
Yeah.
Okay, so
with a cheat code, we can have it so Rico becomes Miku.
I mean, they are very close. Like Rico, Miko.
No KN because I don't have Twin Tails. But maybe
but we can fix
I already see some interesting questions. Maybe we can start answering some.
Yeah. Let's start. Let's get into the point.
Because first, I see an interesting question that has been asked by many, but not everyone might know the question, the answer. When will you guys port the game to a decent engine like GameMaker or Godot? So I don't know if it's a serious question or not, but probably never.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. At this point, we should not change the engine. For those that don't know, we are using Construct 2 to make this game. It's not a great engine to make a big game like what we're doing now, but it's the one that it's more easy for us to use because none of us is an actual programmer. We do not program. We do not code.
No, actually, we are programmers, but we are
Yeah,
not
we
coders.
don't code. We don't write code. That's the thing. So right now we are stuck with Construct 2. We tried before already to move into something like Godot or Game Maker, and it didn't go well.
No.
And
In
we
fact-
are already super far into the development of the game. So changing engines at this point, it's probably not gonna be a good idea.
That would also mean having to relearn from scratch everything because me and Soren would have to start a brand new knowledge base, and it already took us a few years to master Construct 2, and we're still finding new ways to pull out the potential of that weird.
Yeah,
game-
at this point,
game
this is gonna be
engine.
like a generational development. Like, I have to
Yeah.
leave this to my son, to my grandson. Continue the game for me. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, so we would gladly port it to a more optimized and practical engine like Godot, especially Godot, but we are simply not ready to do that.
Yeah.
It would probably reboot the entire development of the game, and it's probably not a good idea at that point. Like,
So-
it might be a bit janky here, but as long as it works and it does a job, we will continue. And maybe after, we will take some time on each on our own sides to learn Godot and stuff for future projects. Because objectively, Godot, yes, is a better engine, but we have to wait and see. But Innocent Hippos will be a Construct 2 game, that's for sure.
Yeah. Also, in advance, I'm gonna apologize if we ignored your questions because there's a lot of questions here, and it's kind of hard to keep up, to keep track. So if we ever ignore your question, I'm very sorry. It's not with bad intentions.
In fact, Kenan, our friend Kennedy, are you still in the chat right now?
Hey,
If so, I might have a mission for you.
he's probably not.
Yeah, probably not
Maybe
anymore.
maybe he died in the.
Yeah, he was very
A few
tired
minutes
from
ago, I don't
working
know.
on school stuff. So
So let's scroll. Let me scroll the question a bit. So we have a question about the Ultimate Armor as an unlockable. So we have playing for Ultimate Armor. I let Sol answer that.
yeah, we do have the Ultimate Armor right now into the game. It's playable right now in the current build of the game. Sadly, we had a problem with it. So if you unlock it to use it, the game's practically gonna soft lock because it's in the prologue, and if it triggers the bug, you will not be able to clear the prologue or take damage or anything. But the armor is right there. It's playable. It's gonna be, of course, in the coming update, and we have some plans for that Ultimate Armor. Yeah, you will be able to use the Ultimate Armor outside of the prologue. And it might have some surprises. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah, I think that's enough. Is Zero in the next demo? No, you won't be in the next demo. Is
Zero? No, Zero's not gonna be in the next demo. Like we said in the previous Zero showcase video, he's not gonna be in 0.3. Yeah, but we had to make work for Zero, so to lay the foundations, to add other stuff and make sure that the game works. He will be around maybe in future updates. Not sure yet. We might have like a way to use him just for fun, you know. But yeah, Zero's not gonna be around yet until we finish the story for X.
Yeah, I think that sums it pretty well. And also, why we already work on Zero, as Sal said, is to lay down some of the foundation of the engine. Notably because the playable characters share some part of the code, like some animation, like the idle, walking, jumping, dashing, grabbing ladders, and all that stuff. Both characters use the same code. Therefore, we had to prepare the events to accommodate for all the characters. And so that's why we have a Zero in a very basic playable state.
Yeah, all
Like
the characters.
You can control him. He shares all the action, the regular action X as available, jumping, dash, everything. And we started programming some of his weapon to, as we say, prepare the stuff for specific characters. So we can already test the water with shared event and specific events per character. And Zero is basically currently a proof of concept. But it's too soon to make him playable. Maybe in future version before 1.1, which is a Zero update, maybe we could make a test stage that you can unlock to try Zero moveset. Might not be complete, but so at least you guys can try him. That could be a thing. It's not out of the equation. That's sure.
We shouldn't keep people away from the hoo-ha hole. You know, they wanna have some saber gameplay. Also, I see someone asking about Axel. Axel, to be very blunt, there's nothing for Axel. There's only the sprites. We have some new sprites for Axel.
Oh yeah.
But we have big plans for Axel in the future, so that's gonna take a while. But he's still being considered.
Yeah, it's even farther in the future than.
Oh, I see Remedy Team asking about the speedrunners ranking board. We actually already have something like that because in our Discord server we have a forum for speedrunners. So where you can post your times, your strats, and once more people get into speedrunning the game, yeah, we will make a leaderboard or ranking board for people to show off your speedy gameplay. Maybe give some prize or some cool things in Discord. I don't know. We can have some competitions. That would be fun. It's something to consider.
Yeah. So maybe we won't be the one managing the leaderboard. People can do that themselves if they want on the speedrunner website.
That's the beauty of the forums of the website.
But yeah. Will the second armor be included in the 0.3? Yes, it's actually one of the new features of that version. The second armor.
With the world-ending Giga Attack.
And along it, one of the new VR bosses from Mega Man X2, Bubble Crab.
We have the Crabbo.
Yep. The second armor. The second armor.
Yeah, there's gonna be the second armor, you know, from X2. The one that's also known as Giga Armor. And yes, we're gonna have a new Chaser armor piece.
Yep. There will be another piece of the Mr. Chaser armor that you guys will be able to try and enjoy. As we've been testing its abilities the other day, and we had a blast, especially with the new boss, Blaze Leo.
Also, we haven't revealed yet what the other BR boss is gonna be. We have confirmed Bubble Crab, so we have a boss from X1 with Mandrill, X2 with Bubble Crab, and X3 with Gravity Beetle. I can say, however, that there's gonna be another boss, and it's from Mega Man X4.
Yep. Because we will have one boss from each of the four previous game.
Yeah.
From X1, X2, X3, and X4. Now, who will that be? Be my guest and guess.
Can I give a hint?
I see people, I see people asking a lot, why is it called Innocent Impulse? That's a question we've gotten a lot. I don't think there's a good non-spoily way to explain why it's called like that. Like, the reason why the game's named like that is a big spoiler. A big spoiler. I don't know if I should say something about it.
Wait, we are still talking about the VR boss?
No, not anymore.
Where you are saying about
Megalodon? People are asking why the game's called Innocent Impulse.
Because I was seeing a question about Megalodon.
Megalodon?
Why Megalodon looks different from the other Mavericks? That's a good question. Why does it look different? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Well, you can still sort of guess. That's the fun part, because, it's a Megalodon.
Will the game have two weapons like Mega Man Zero? The demo has a saber button charge a shot. I'd rather be able to charge a buster while I slash with the other button. So, are you talking about X gameplay or Zero gameplay?
We can probably answer for both.
Because in the case of X, it's already kind of the case. X has two weapons, the weapon buster and the sub buster. Is that what you mean? For the Zero gameplay. Zero, we have another weapon here. We still have to showcase it and to talk more about it. I think we already talked about it. Did we?
We talked about it. We mentioned that there's another weapons for Zero, but we didn't say much about it.
What we say, however, is that it's not going to be the Buster.
I'm sorry. No Z-Buster.
We want to try something new.
I know that there's many fans of the Z-Buster for some reason. But, sorry. There's no Buster for Zero.
Only sword.
Let's see.
Oh, wait. Are you gonna do the boss rematches, no hit mode? The thing about beating bosses no damage was just a temporary way to have people unlock the armors in the demo. In the future, in 0.3, that's not gonna be the way to unlock the armors. We're gonna have a new way to unlock them. So it's not gonna be required to beat the bosses no damage. However, the option to fight them like in a single hit death mode, it's still gonna be there if you wanna try and beat bosses no damage.
Especially if you want the cool golden.
There might be something else, because as some people already noticed, when you beat a boss no damage, the teleporter for the boss becomes golden. So that's not nothing. There's something there. And in 0.3 we're gonna have some more for it.
It just exists for the flex.
That's an achievement. That's the equivalent of this game achievement, the golden teleporters. A proof that you fought well.
It's just a very big flex.
Will you guys keep the Chifox AI bug? Oh, Chifox has already been fixed a long time ago, maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
So too late for that.
Chifox got a lot of fixes. Some changes to that. We saw the feedback from people playing the demo, which is one of the big reasons why we have demos for the game in the first place, to see feedback of people playing. There have been a lot of reports, a lot of discussions about the difficulty of the fight. I've seen a lot of people complain because he has 3 health bars. It's fine, we have balanced that. We have made changes, adjustments with some of the movesets and things. So it should be easier or better for some people now. But the game is gonna be hard. This is a hard game. It's not impossible, but it's gonna be a hard game. The boss is gonna be difficult, but you're still gonna have new abilities, new weapons, new chips, and things that you can get. Because in the first demo, there was only Chili Fox, nothing else. You couldn't like go to another stage and maybe get the weakness to fight Chili Fox. Chili Fox with the weakness, oh my god, he dies so fast. We need to balance that actually.
Yeah. A bit too fast currently.
So as we add more bosses, more content, it's gonna get more easier to fight the bosses. If you try to fight them without any upgrades or weapons or armor, yeah, they're still gonna be a really tough challenge. So it's kind of like selective difficulty for the game. If you go to get items and upgrades, yeah, the game's gonna get significantly easier.
Indeed, indeed. Some question we can answer quick. Can you make Alia playable? No.
No, sorry, Alia's not playable.
Very.
She has a
very
job,
straightforward.
And
and she likes that
give
job.
her armor even less. Just making one playable character is a tremendous amount of work. Plus their armor, which is a duplicate of all the character animation, basically. So, no. The free playable character will be X on release, Zero a bit later, and Axel even more later. What does it I see?
I saw a question about the about language. If we're gonna have more languages in the game.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good question. Yes, we will have more languages in the game. We currently are already implementing the foundations to have French, Spanish, and Portuguese added to the game. Right now, those are the only languages we can provide because it's the languages we speak in the dev team.
I provide the French language.
Yep,
I provide the Portuguese.
And I am the Spanish. So, I can't promise more languages than those because I don't want to just Google Translate everything, like the whole script. No, that's not gonna be good. If there's someone out there when we can trust to translate the game, we will see once the game is, more developed. But for now, the game is gonna be in English, Portuguese, Spanish, and French.
Yeah.
So for all the Brazil family, the family of Brazilians, we do hear you. We do hear you guys. I might not speak Portuguese, but I do read what you say.
Is this project inspired from Corrupted? So?
Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I have been following Corrupted as much as everyone else here. So of course I got inspired by Corrupted. I've seen the videos, I've seen the progress. I've been in the community. In the community. So yeah, of course Corrupted is a big inspiration. Whenever I'm working on the game, I do listen to Corrupted music. And use some designs as inspiration. To gameplay. I just love MMX Corrupted, dude. It's a great game. I'm still waiting. It's gonna be great. And of course, yeah, it was a very, very big inspiration to make the game. It wasn't the reason why I'm making a fan game. No, but yes, it has been a very good source of inspiration and motivation to keep working on this. To see all these cool fan games finally have a release, to see people playing. It's just such a great game, man.
How do you know it's a great game? Have you ever played it?
Yeah. You haven't?
Wait, what?
What? Omega, did you forget that we replicated one of the stages from Corrupted in our engine? Just for the funnies? Oh crap, they weren't supposed to know that. Oh no.
Well, it's all over. It's all over yet.
Will the VR bosses only have Mavericks from X1 to X4 plus the Mavericks from the fan game?
Yes. Yes, actually, it's gonna be from X1 to X4. And yeah, the barracks from this fan game, exactly. You can refight them once you beat them in the main story. They're gonna be in the VR room, and you can fight them again if you wish.
Yeah.
Will the game have extra modes like boss attack? Do we need that? I mean, you can just go to VR mode. I mean, the VR space is basically all the extra modes we need, right?
Yeah, you could go straight to a boss and select to start at the boss fight.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
basically the same thing.
The VR space is a funny thing because it's not just gonna be boss rematches. We do have plans for other things that we can do. Some fun challenges and things. Nothing concrete that we can say right now. But yeah, we do have some more plans for extra content. Like if you get tired of the main story, you can play some other stuff.
Okay, so I see a few interesting questions. So about a parry like Metroid Dread. So I think at some point we evaluated that question. Would a parry a la Metroid would be feasible in that engine? Maybe, but holy damn, would that be complicated to implement?
It would be really complicated. We can think of some abilities and other stuff. For example, those that I have noticed. The first armor has a sort of parry dodge thing, where if you dash right before you're gonna take damage, you negate that damage and you have some moments of invulnerability. But doing something like Metroid Dread, when you can actually counter the enemies and it opens them for damage, that's a bit difficult. Complex? Not sure how to say it.
We would also need to change a lot of things when it comes to enemies, bosses.
And give them new animations.
A lot of things would need to be entirely changed. So that might not be a good idea at that point.
Oh, I see a good question here. What was the reasoning using the Mega Man Extreme art style when upgrading, instead of using a classic sprite style? You know, when I started working on this game, we were actually using a 16-bit art style, but it was really difficult to work with. It was complicated. SNES sprites have a lot of colors, have a lot of it's problematic to animate. It's kind of difficult. It's not impossible, but it takes a long time. And at that time, I was practically working on the game alone. There wasn't a team yet. So one day, I saw a sprite sheet made by Hansung Key in Sprite as a resource that had this Extreme Style X that was really neat. It was really cool. It had a lot of animations. And it made me think that maybe we could use that instead and make an 8-bit game. Not necessarily like Extreme, because Extreme had different sprites. But something more like... a big inspiration for the game was 8-bit games made by Integrates. You know, like Mighty Gunboat Burst or Blaster Master Zero. I was thinking about those as inspiration for the visual style of the game. So I got in contact with Hansung Key. I asked them if I could use those sprites, maybe edit them a little. He was cool with it. He said yes, no problem. And so now we have this style. Thanks to him. It was all thanks to him. He has all the credits for it.
And also, on our scale, it's a bit more affordable to work on. Less, say, time stressing.
Yeah, no, it's really easy to work with this style. And it doesn't look that basic. We still add a few colors. It's not exactly 8-bit. But it's a really fun style to work with. We can have new animations and thingies that maybe if we were working with 16-bit sprite or 32-bit sprites, it just wouldn't be realistic to be able to do.
And as you said, it also sets the game apart too. It gives it its own identity.
Exactly.
Like all the props for Reminiscence is corrupted to go for more detailed art style. And ultimately, Reminiscence will look a lot more like the Mega Man Zero and ZX game, which looks very cool. But that way, each game has its own visual identity and its own feeling, and I think it's what is great about it. Like, when you see Corrupted, you know it's Corrupted. When you see Innocent Impulse, you know it's Innocent Impulse. And same thing for Reminiscent.
Yeah, it's really funny that most of these games have a unique art style, and none of them use the the SNES style. Like if you see all the classic
SNES
fan
style.
games for Mega Man Classic, they all like kind of look similar. But for Mega Man X, every single big fan game, they all look different, and it's not like the original games. It's kind of a funny thing.
And
Yeah, also the Innocent Impulse style was so different when I saw it first. It made me join the game because of how interesting it looked at first glance, you know. So it caught my eye, and I'm here now.
Same thing. And about that, that's a good segue to that other question I put here on the list, because I've been copy pasting your question for like 5 minutes to try to keep track. Thanks for coming by the way, guys. This is great. This is fun. I hope you're having a good time, a chill time with us.
Yeah, we really try. We really try for you to guys to enjoy yourselves while
And
we're
so
working on this
talking-
and as you play this.
Yeah, and since we were talking about the art style, what's your favorite part about working on this project? I think that's a good segue.
My favorite part. Oh. Now, I could give an answer, but that's like super like cliche. Like, seeing people be happy, watching them play the game and enjoying it.
That counts.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a nothing answer, but it's probably the closest thing I can say to what I feel about
It's valid.
the fun part of working on this, like seeing people enjoy the game, like discuss it. I have said before in the Discord that there's nothing more fun for me than talking about this game. So I'm really enjoying this moment right now, like having a big occasion to talk about Innocent Impulse. So I think that's the most fun part for me, to see the interactions of people, the community, everyone.
Indeed. As for myself, well, I mean, some answers also apply to me, but I try to answer more in the context of developing the game. I think my favorite part is seeing everything coming together, from the conceptualization of an enemy, a boss, a stage. We start with the very basic stuff, like a stage made of orange or green squares, testing the layout, adding the visuals on top of it, testing new enemy mechanics, and gradually putting everything together and seeing taking shape and bloom in front of us. Like when we were working on Blazio stage the past months, that was extremely fun to work on, because we were brainstorming every day on how we wanted the stage to work, flow. We were testing ideas. We also scrapped a lot of ideas, reworked some, and seeing the stage coming along together along with Blaze Leo, the new enemies, because this stage we have a lot of new enemies, the new gimmicks and mechanics. Yeah, seeing everything going from the most conceptual stage to finalized version, And seeing it working properly and as intended feels great. So yes, this is the full process that I enjoy the most. Especially when everything works at the end.
Also, hey, I see someone joining us.
Oh, and hello, John, one of our spriters.
They
Pixel
won
artist.
TG Remix.
That
Hello,
guy
gentlemen.
made half of first phase Sigma and second phase Sigma for the prologue. Would you believe it? And we cannot hear him. Damn.
And no, I'm still here. My headphones just decided to crap out for a second.
Oh, it's a headphone. So how are you doing, John? Glad you
Oh.
could join us.
Oh, I'm doing fine. I just finished off eating lunch, so I'm just doing fine. I just want to just hang out for a little bit here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I need to go ahead and do some stuff for my Linux class, and then, well, it probably depends. But I just want to just be here for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you can say hello to the chat while you're here.
Oh, right. This is
Yeah, we're live on stream. The whole world has eyes on us, John. Everyone knows about your Linux now.
Yes.
And now everyone knows that you're called John.
Now everyone in China knows.
Live
here.
doxing, everyone. Oh my god.
Okay, let me grab some more questions. Also, Saul, if you want to pick some question, I'm posting them in our chat.
Yeah, I'm seeing now.
So you
I'm
can
seeing,
see.
yes.
You can see. One.
Hey, I see a question about Zero.
Oh, is he going to appear in X story?
He's going to appear in X's story, yes. I mean, he's already
As a
mentioned
NPC?
a bit in what we have for the demos. Zero, for those that don't know, he's gonna have his own story, his own campaign. Not with different bosses, no, but he's gonna have his own thing. Kind of like Shovel Knight. You know, when you play with different characters and they have their different campaigns and stories and things. Yeah, Zero's gonna be something like that. I can't say anything about the story yet. That's a secret still. But we do have a lot planned for Zero. It's not just gonna be play the game as Zero now. No. Zero's gonna have his own stuff. Maybe some new routes in the stages. That's the reason why we want to focus first on X and then on Zero. Because it shouldn't just be playing the same game as a different character. I wanna give Zero a proper treatment as the character that he is, that he deserves, his proper gameplay. And yeah, Zero's campaign would make the development longer, yes, and that is exactly why we wanna focus first on X. Releasing the game with X's story, that's gonna be considered the game being complete. Anything after that, it's just gonna be extra. So Zero's campaign is gonna be the DLC, extra DLC, or something like that. But that's so we can stop, worrying about finishing the game. So we're just gonna focus first on X, and then we'll focus everything on Zero, and then on Axel. It's gonna make the development much easier and faster for everyone to see the game completed.
Indeed. So let's see. While we are on the topic of Zero, we have a few questions about him. When can we expect any news about Zero gameplay? Mainly about the story, well, as we said. Not yet. Later.
Yeah, not yet. It's planned for later. We do have some lines drawn, but it's gonna be revealed later. It might be actually revealed as you play in X's story. We do plan to have Zero appear from some time, he's on his own little adventure, kind of like Luigi in Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, something like that.
Yeah. still on the topic of Zero, that one I think we can say some stuff about it. Will Zero get sub-weapons, or will it be like X4 when he gets new saber abilities from bosses? So, do you want to answer it, or do you want me to answer?
If it answered a lot, you can answer this one.
Okay, so Zero will get stuff from bosses. It won't be like X4. It won't be like Mega Man Zero. It will be inspired by another game. That's what I can say it. But yeah, he will get stuff from the bosses. Unless, until then, we change plan, which could very much happen.
Yeah, it's also it's always a possibility.
In the few years between today and 1.1, everything can still change. But as for today, yes, we plan of giving something to Zero after beating a boss. But we can't say more about it because that still has to get in the engine, and we don't know that yet. Okay. Let's get some smaller question, and then we have some interesting ones that would take a bit longer. Let's see. You guys know X4 is getting reverse engineering, so you mean decompiled, I believe.
Oh, there's a decompilation for X4?
Yeah, there is. It was like released, I believe, like the first version of it was released some few days ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now we know.
Oh wow! Oh, I wonder what we could do there.
Let me see if I can find it right now.
Ourselves, we probably won't do anything, but some people will likely do widescreen hack and stuff. That would be nice.
I mean, I say we as in we, the Mega Man fans.
Ah, yes, the World of Fracture Mega Man fan base. What do we have? The Chaser armor.
Oh, my baby.
For after that question, let's get that one out of the way first. Is there going to be an X versus Zero fight in the VR space? So, I think we can answer that question in a more general way, more broader way. Yep. Everything about will there be this fight, my dream fight in the game, like X versus Zero? This is way too soon to say. This is the kind of stuff that could change tomorrow if we ever decided to add it. So I know some of you would love, like, will there be an X vs Zero fight? Would it be like maybe Dynamo showing up for a special VR fight, or bosses from the future, because the Sun Impulse is pre-X5. So like maybe they could put some bonus bosses from other Mega Man X game, even maybe from other Mega Man game, but until 1.0 we will focus on the 1.0 content, and after that on Zero and Axel. When we are done with what we have played up to 1.2, maybe if we're still motivated to work on the game, we will go wild with Dream Fight and content and Dream content. But until then, it's way too soon to say.
Yeah, we even have an in-universe explanation for why the future VR bosses could happen. Like we have a way to kind of bullshit our way around it.
Yeah,
to,
but
to make it sound believable.
That would be bullshit, as
yeah,
I say.
Yeah.
But just for the fun, but not in the 1.1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.0. After the free full release version are out.
Well,
maybe.
basically everything that is content for the VR space is just us having fun with the game. Like if we want to add some fight or some boss or something or some stage, it's just us having fun. There's like no plans or something like that. We don't have anything planned like strictly for VR. It's just we feel like adding something, and yeah, let's add it. Just for fun. So it's not completely what's the word? Like it's not like we want to do it,
It's
but
not
it's not
out of the
planned.
question.
It's just gonna happen if we feel like it.
Because you are also to think that we don't know when the game will be fully released. We might be old men by then, and maybe we will want to move on in our lives.
And there's something that I remember that JKB also said about this kind of topic, that working on the game all the time, every time, does get tiring. Sometimes I just don't want to know anything about the game and just want to have fun. So we do have side content sometimes. We make silly sprites or bosses or thingies just for fun, to distract ourselves from making the game. And that's the VR is where all of that will fall down.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back on the current content of the game. The Chaser armor, the star of that game, the new brand shiny armor from Dr. Light, the ghost himself. What was your idea for creating the Chaser armor?
Oh man!
And did it gone through any design or gameplay change since 0.2?
Oh man, the Chaser armor. This one goes way back. Maybe before some of you were even born.
Likely.
In the past, there was a place called the MMXII.com forums. I posted there a lot. I saw people, sharing their fan projects. And while posting there, this was like around 2008, 9, something like that. I had the idea for an armor for X that was made based on the right chasers, like the bikes. And I had the idea from the X2 bike. And I made a sprite of an armor that was kind of like, had the visor or the helmet, like having like the bike, like the head of the bike. And it was supposed to be an armor based on speed, like a very speedy armor. That idea evolved into an armor that could, do very fast dashes and stuff, and had like very fast shots. So far so good, until we see Gumball 2 dropping. I see Copen, and oh my god, that is really the apex of 2D action. And when I saw all the similarities that I had with the Chaser armor at the time, because I had like a visor thingy, like the visor that the armor has, it was already in the design. And as I saw Copen, I saw a lot of similarities. I wanted to try to do this dash thingy that he does. And when that actually made it into the game, like I made a little proof of concept of the dash, and it was really simple to do. And yeah, we can do this. We can actually try doing this. We added this dash to the armor, and it came to a point that like said, you know what? Let's just make this be Copen. This is Copen. This is an Copen armor. Let's go all out. Let's go all out. And the armor is like it is right now because of the bikes and because of Copen. There's no shame in admitting that.
Yeah. And did it go through some under change from since 0.2? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Something we mentioned recently in the server, the legs function are now accurate to the original vision. You are not supposed to be able to tag, to bounce on enemies with only the legs. It was mostly a test feature for 0.2. 0.3, the legs will be working as they were intended at the start. So you will be able to use the diagonal dash and the super dash, but dashing into an enemy will deal you damage. You will need another part of the armor to be able to bounce on the enemies, which Dr. Like say it well. With the head part, you will be able to bounce on enemies.
I mean, you could kind of consider this a nerf, I guess.
But
Because the foot parts were supposed to do that. Now the function to bounce, it's on the helmet. but that's not without an exchange, because the helmet part has its own cool tricks associated with the dash that you guys will be able to see as we release more versions.
Yeah. So 0.3 will be the first time you will be able to test the Chaser Armor in more faithful way to the original vision. And it will be a bit less glitchy too. Hopefully it won't support you when fighting a fox.
Oh, wait. I see a question posted right now that I think is important. Will there be more Reploid Force missions in the game? I mean, I assume it's Reploid Force because it said Replica Force.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we did market this game saying that this whole conflict with the Reploid Force and everything, but then we have a boss and it's a Maverick Hunter with Chili Fox. It's like, okay, but where's the Reploid Force? Yes. To answer, yes, there will be more missions regarding the Reploid Force. That's gonna be an important part of the story of the game. The whole thing with the Reploid Force in X4, it's of course the whole plot of the game. So, and we just picked Chili Fox for other reasons. It's the fact that he's a Maverick Hunter instead of Reploid Force was just a byproduct of that, of the designs. But yes, there are more Reploid Force characters and things and scenarios to handle in the game. Oh, see, I see someone asking about the frame rate bug with the bird boss. Yes, we happily fixed that. Yes,
a while ago,
absolutely fixed that.
Like not long after the last version of 0.2 released, in fact.
Yeah.
So yeah, most of the frame rate stuff has been fixed, and we're still fixing some.
Yeah, we found a few new ones, and those are also getting fixed right now.
Let's see. While we were on the topic of the armors, okay, no. First, let's address that one. Will you make a control configuration system? So, this is probably the biggest running gag of that game development, of that game arc. The control configuration. You can configure your control in 0.2. The only version that didn't have control configuration was 0.1. In 0.2, if you go in the pause menu, both in the prologue and in the main campaign, you can remap your control. And in 0.3, we improved it even further by separating gamepad and keyboard, so you will be able to remap your control to WASD. Probably the most requested feature of all time.
It's way too requested.
Really wanted WASD.
I still cannot understand how can anyone play with WASD to play a Mega Man game like that. I'm sorry, I am an old man. I cannot understand it.
I cannot play the game with the arrow keys.
Well,
and I used to play King of Fighters with the arrow keys.
See, Soren, the good thing is that people won't be able to blame it on the game control after that.
Yeah, no, you can change the controls now, so everyone can play with whatever keys they want. It's fine, it's good, it's happier for everyone.
You can play at your leisure now.
Yeah, you could play using Q, X, H, and Y as your gamepad controls.
I don't know why would anyone do that, but yes, you can. Yeah, sure.
But when is there going to be an option to play with a mouse like a first-person shooter?
Shut up.
No.
Why are you even in the team? Nah, it's fine. But no. Let's see. And on the topic of control keyboard remap, even though we extended the remap, the keyboard remap, some key will still be excluded because they will be used for a new feature, which is a question someone asked. Will the game have a weapon wheel? So, it's not going to be the same as the armor wheel, which is obviously inspired by the A. But on gamepad, you will be able to use your right stick to quick access the weapon you have in your weapon set. It was the same as Mega Man 11 for comparison. And on keyboard, we use the top number keys of the keyboard to quick access the weapon as shortcuts. So you won't be able to remap those keys because you will be able to use them to quickly access your weapons. So yeah, there will be weapon shortcuts, we should say. Not a weapon wheel, but a weapon shortcut for both gamepad and keyboard.
And you can still use the left and right shoulder buttons to switch weapons. You can still do it.
You can still do the classic swap, let's say.
Yeah.
The bumper swap. Let's see. While we're on the topic of controls and stuff, what other ability would the armor set have? So it depends what you mean by other abilities.
The armor sets? You mean the ones from X1, X2, and all those?
I imagine it's they are talking about the legacy armors from X1 to X4.
I assume like what new? Oh, well, like how are we intending to change them? Because I mean, yeah, they are different. They don't work like they did in the original games. Probably the most different one is the first armor. We gave that like the headbutt attack, the headbutt jumping attack that it has in Mega Man X5. We have the parry dash, and the buster also works a bit different. Like the shield thingy, no, not shield, but like there's like an aura thing that develops X when you fire a charge shot. That thing can actually erase bullets. It has like shot eraser properties. It's a very defensive armor, in contrast to the X2 one, which is more offensive, and the X3 one, which is more balanced. But yeah, we do plan to change everything. We're still changing things right now. The third armor is gonna have a lot of changes to make the shots better. The X2 armor also has new stuff. So there's that. Okay, is there anything else that we can talk about? Because I do see that the chat got a bit sleepier.
Yeah, ask you a question on the VC real quick. Because yeah, it seems that a few people left.
I mean, it's normal.
So I'm not sure who's still there because okay. Yeah, there's still one or two people in there. So I think we can answer a few more questions. But I think most of the people who asked the question we have left are not in the chat anymore.
I mean, there's still the BOD, so there's the questions that they asked.
Mm-hmm.
We can still answer.
Okay, so I mean...
No, but the stream is fine. The stream is fine.
Okay, good. So, up to you. What question?
Okay, so we can switch topics now. Let's see. Are we gonna get a Boomer Kuwanger VR stage? Because I hear that 8-bit remix. Oh, so some of you actually were paying attention to the music playing. So, yes, some of the music that's been playing, it's been like some of the tracks we planned for the game in the future. And yes, Boomer Kuwanger is one of those intended to be in the VR stages. Like,
yes.
At the end, we plan to have like at least 2 bosses from each of the games from X1 to X4. So from X1, it's Boomer Kuwanger and Spark Bendel, which you already can play against. In X2, it's Bubble Crab. And should I say the other one?
Should. Why not?
Nah.
Why not?
Nah.
I mean,
you can still see them in the game, you know, like with the layout. Should they just guess? But yeah, the point is that it's 2 bosses per game. So in X2 there's Bubble Crab and another one. X3 there's Gravity Beetle and then another one. And X4 there's other 2 bosses that.
It's been a very
That
while,
they-
but I
they will
already
be there.
finished the Boomer Quanger Strides. It's just a matter of adding him to the game now.
Mm-hmm. That's. What else? What else? What else? Well, while we are talking about a boss, will all the other Mavericks, like Chili Fox, have all sorts of all-out attacks that affect the battle? So, all the bosses will have a super attack, a desperation move. Will they all affect the battle? Not necessarily. But you can be sure that all of them will go all out when reaching their last HP bar.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think you guys are ready for Blaze Leo super move.
Oh man. Oh man. You guys are gonna hate the new boss. Like when we released the first demo, you know, when it's not the first one, but when we released Chili Fox, I did see a lot of people complaining that it was too hard, that it has too much health, and that 3 faces like kind of ridiculous. We did balance that. However, Chili Fox is supposed to be one of the easier bosses. You know how in X games there's like they're designed like that to have bosses that are more you know, approachable to start the game with. You know, like in X1 you can easily start with Chill Penguin. And then there's bosses that are obviously made in a way that you should have a few upgrades already. In X1 I would say maybe, I don't know, Sting Chameleon, like Octopus, maybe, which are a bit more harder. If you go there without any upgrades or weapons, you're not gonna have a good time there. So Chili Fox is supposed to be one of the easier bosses.
Yep.
Blaze Beast Leo, the new boss, is supposed to be one of the hardest. So have fun with that when the when the update drops.
Yep. Can't wait to see how people do. I mean, our friend Layson play tested it, and he managed to beat him in both difficulties, and he said he had a good time. So I'm hoping people will still like him despite the difficulty crank.
Yeah, and also we'll still have more, you know, items and things. We are adding the new chip parts system too, which you will be able to use as well. If you're having trouble with Blaze Leo, you can go back to the Hunter base, get some new chips, and beat this guy, because it's gonna be really approachable for everyone.
Yeah. And about the ships, someone asked if the game will have experience or currency system. Well, yes.
Well, not experience, but yes, currency.
The E-crystals will be your currency. It will be
food.
You're already able to use it in 0.2.3 to buy some extra life on game over, and we expanded their utility to buying stuff related to the ships, of course. So yeah, it's the E-crystals are actually a game currency.
And also food.
And before someone asks, no, the save will not be compatible between 0.2 and 0.3 and 0.3. It's not going to be compatible, so don't think that you can start farming E-crystals in the current version for the new version. I'm sorry, it's not going to work like that.
It's literally impossible to make the two versions compatible save-wise. We prepared the save system to be compatible from 0.3 onward, but not backward.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Not sure.
Don't be scared. However, don't be scared that you're gonna have to grind much, like grind E-crystals. No, it's not gonna be like that. We're gonna try to balance things so you don't ever need the field to grind things. I mean, you still can, but you will. We will try to make the game in a way that you will not need to.
There will be at least one bored guy who's gonna farm 999 crystals.
Yeah, and that's me.
Just because he just because I think it's funny.
What?
What could be a good segue? I don't think there is any segue from that question. Yeah, we were talking about demos. Not sure if it was answered, but is there a release date for the next demo? No, there is no release date. There is a release window. Second half of 2025.
Yeah, we did mention this before in our Zero Showcase video. We are aiming to have 0.3 released by the second half of 2025. We don't know exactly when. Of course, it's going to be ready when it's ready. If we have to delay this so that the game is more complete, we will. We are trying to make the game, to make sure that the game works well, that it's fun to play. And if we have to take longer to do ensure that, we will do that. Sadly, I'm sorry for those that are really excited to play this right now. But we will really rather have a game that works well and is fun to play. But in the current estimate of the rhythm that we have developing the game, I think a realistic window of a release for this update will be around the second half of 2025. Of course, as we get closer to the release date, we will let you guys know that, okay, the game is almost ready, we're gonna release it this time. So yeah, you'll have a window to get excited for the release.
If you guys are curious, maybe some of you do not know, but we have pinged a roadmap Google Sheet in the Discord server, so you guys can see what is left to do for 0.3 before release.
And if you're looking for a Discord link, it's right in the stream video description, so you can find it there.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe some.
Oh wait. We're still on this topic because I see a new question asking about the percentage-wise for the game, for the completion. I would say it's maybe, if I had to give an estimate, around 12%.
You mean the full game or
Yeah.
next version?
No, complete the full game.
Oh, if we were talking about the full game, then yeah.
Yeah, I would say kind of like 12%, maybe.
Maybe 12%, 15%.
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe
But
15%.
that doesn't mean that we took this long just to get to 15%. No, it doesn't work like that. We are working on 0.3 to make sure that everything that we need to make the game is already in the game. All the basis for the mechanics, everything that we need, it's gonna be in 0.3. So from 0.4 onwards, we just have to focus on making new content for the game, new stages, new bosses, new things. So that's gonna be significantly easier to do, and it's gonna take much less time to develop compared to 0.3. So after 0.3, you can expect 0.4 to be released much sooner. So at that 15%, it's gonna become, I don't know, a 40%, like right there. It's going to be really quick. We hope that development of the game is going to speed up after 0.3.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Unless, life happens and, yeah.
0.3 is a big concrete slab of the game that will, lay all the foundation.
It's a very big checkpoint for us.
Yeah. Also, let's answer some smaller questions. Will Zero have a charge attack with a saber like in Mega Man Zero? I believe we decided that no.
No.
No, he will just have the regular slashes.
But he has other things to play with, so.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're not gonna miss the charge much.
Yeah. Is Hunter will the hunters in headquarters interactable?
The hunters,
they already are, I believe.
The NPCs, yeah, they are interactable.
You can talk to the NPCs in the headquarters.
We're gonna add more NPCs to the hunter base as well, so you can interact with other types of hunters in other missions and things. Maybe some of the I really want to add some NPCs that are like animal-based Reploids, so it's not just clones of X. It would be
Yeah.
fun to have some other Reploids for animal types and other things. But yeah, we do plan to have the hunter base be a more more alive place. We feel more alive with more NPCs. Have some funny interactions.
And while we are on the topic of the base, hunter base NPCs, why is Rico in Innocent Impulse? Isn't he supposed to not be canon? Well, let's say that using a character like Rico for all the meta stuff around the demo is very convenient.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like she was.
Yeah,
she
it's
was born
funny.
for this.
Almost literally so.
Because Rico is, by definition, a meta character. She breaks the force wall every time she's on screen. So she was a perfect fit to have some let's say, immersion-breaking dialogue about the demo, how the intro stage was not finished, therefore you got teleported to the enter base. And the funny part is that character reacts to it without knowing what she's talking about. Does it mean she will be the same? She will act the same in the final version? Too soon to say. But she's a good vector for when it comes to talking about the game as a game, when it comes to the demo releases.
I can say that writing Rico's dialogue is probably one of the most fun parts in the game for me. Writing Rico is really funny.
So yeah, that's Rico in Innocent Impulse. Unrelated to Innocent Impulse, are you guys fan of the original power level scale from X1 to X3 when they show you the stat during the credits? I didn't even remember that was a thing.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
that-
they mean the power and speed thingy
The
from the
power and
credits?
speed one.
Yeah,
Power and
yeah,
speed thing,
I put it one and one together when reading it. So yeah, I see what they mean, and I have no opinion on it because I didn't remember it was a thing. But what do you guys think about it?
It'd probably be a neat thing to add, like a little bit of like a little Easter egg. Like one of my favorite things about that is like when X and X2 and X3, when we actually get to like go up to when we actually get up to like Sigma, X, and Zero, where Sigma, like the thing that you fight him as is like, oh, it has like a established number of power and speed, but with his virus form, both are question marks, and the same thing with X and Zero. So that's a little detail that I always appreciated, because you can't really gauge how strong they can get.
I would say that I'm not that much of a fan of that, personally. I think it's the Dragon Ball Z fan in me that doesn't like power levels. But yeah, no, I think it's
However, be
kind of weird. I mean, there's a cool part where it says that X and Zero have like question mark level, that they just can't be measured. Yeah, that's a cool bit. I was thinking, I was thinking at one point, regardless of my opinion, that we could add this detail in the database for some of the enemies.
Yeah,
that'd
that could be
cool.
true. Yeah, that would be cool.
Or it would probably be a harmless thing to add, but maybe not, maybe yes, something to consider.
I always had this interpretation that X power level was hidden because the measurement was about your own game skills. So
Oh well, but X5 and X6 do that. Oh, X7 too, and X8 as well. Yeah, later games do that, where they gauge your gaming skill and they give you a rank.
yeah,
Which I am not a fan of that either. Like if I suck at the game and then I finish it and the game reminds me that hey, you finished it but you still suck. I'm not too much of a fan of that. Of ranking systems in general. Like the one in Mega Man Zero is also one that I'm not really a fan of. Like it could have been done better. Like less punishing on the player. But that's an opinion that a lot of people have about this topic.
I generally don't care about what letter I am in the game. Just play the video game.
Yeah, you just play the game.
I mean, for me, giving power level to robots, especially in Mega Man X, defeats the whole point of Mega Man X. Is that Reploid are robots that can evolve beyond what they are, what they have been built originally. That's the whole point.
Yeah, they can
I
evolve
don't
and grow.
Yeah, I don't see a point of power level outside of the funsies. But yeah, since we're talking about the bosses, two bosses related. How you guys take inspiration to create new boss design? I'll let you start, Saul.
Boss designs. Oh, this was a long time ago. I don't remember many details of the process of when we designed the bosses now. It was really a long time. When it was just me in the development team, I did design a few bosses. Like it was just a concept. I didn't have a visual idea for the bosses. It was more or less just the name, what they would do, what they would be, the story. I did design one, however. It was Sheerwig. It was Shadow Sheerwig. That's like the one boss that I designed. And as the other people came, we started to give visual ideas for the bosses. The first one was my good friend here, TG Remix, that designed started designing Chili Fox. It was Chili Fox, right?
Yeah, it was Chili Fox. Chili Fox and Vulture.
Oh yeah, but my brother actually did
Right,
sketches.
you did the first sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, bro.
Yeah, but
But do you, by chance, still have the scan of the original concept? Maybe we can share it on the stream.
oh, I would have to look for it. No, I don't have it at hand. No. Oh, that would be yeah, that would have been fun to show that because it's really funny.
I might have it somewhere, believe it or not.
Screen sharing is not possible.
No, I would have to find it. Hold on. I think I know where it could be. Just give me a second.
Yeah, because that would be fun. That would be fun to show the.
Oh
Where's the
no,
boss
no! This is not the original one. Oh no, I don't think I have it now.
No, but if you have something to show, it would be good.
Let me check in my folders, my concept art folders, because I kept everything you guys sent me when I joined. And yeah, talking about that, Chili Fox was and still is the reason I originally joined the project. Because when I believe it was Nachos who talked to me about the game and the project and sent me an invite to the server. The 0.1 was just releasing, and I got hooked on it. I was very interested, and so I don't remember how, but I got invited on the dev server, and they showed me Chili Fox, the original one that I found right there. Actually, in fact,
I found the sketch that TG made for Walter. I'm showing it right now.
It's cut. Sadly, I don't
excuse
have
my poor OBS skills, but yeah. It's like the one of the early designs for this guy.
Big, huge bird.
And that was all the way back in like.
But don't you have like an option to resize to screen ratio?
Oh, actually, yeah, I do. There we go.
Here,
that's better.
the original.
This was 5 years ago.
Yeah, this was the original concept when TG made the idea for the boss. And then a certain Tommy case happened
So yeah,
And-
when I joined, Sol and TG were making
And this
the
happened.
concept.
This is how it evolved.
And after that, so Chili Fox is where everything started. This is how Chili Fox is my starting point on working on the game. I sent, by the way, the original Chili Fox sketch. Sol. Oh,
Just
yeah,
a
the new
moment.
Volter. As you can see, the new Volter is very small. But yeah, so they showed me Chili Fox, and I was like, he looks nice, but it doesn't look much like a fox. So I asked, can I try to make a redesign of Chili Fox? And so like, yeah, sure, go ahead, man. And so it happened. Let me also drop the two original sketch I made of Chili Foxes. Like the Chili Fox and the one I kindly nicknamed Kangaroo Fox.
Kangaroo Fox.
For a reason that will be obvious very quick once you see it.
Okay, the name of that previous Maverick you saw before was Static Vulture, right? That's the name of him. That's his name.
Static Vulture. What the?
Yeah, Static Vulture is one of the.
Oh, you have the full one. You have the photo you sent me.
Yeah.
So here, this is the original Chili Fox.
Okay, give me a second.
Or Chili Dog.
This one
if I may
was
say.
drawn and sketched by TG Remix, right here. And when
Is there
I
an
saw
easier
that guy,
way
I was
to-
like,
to-
he
to-
looks nice,
to
but
kind of-
I think it could be a bit more. So yeah, Saul gave me the green light to rework him, and you will see the first concept art I made for the game in a minute.
He also
He
looks
almost
like a
looks
Sonic
like a
character.
Sonic
Well,
character.
I just noticed that, and yeah, that was kind of like the direction that we were going with, like to just make him a bit more like rounder and cuter before he became like more cooler. That was
Ha!
80%. That was 80%
Dude.
unintentional.
You
Dude, you
should
said color. Intend your puns, by the way.
Yes, always intend your puns. Don't be a coward.
So, are you?
Yeah, no,
succeeding?
I did add it. It's gonna take a time to synchronize, the delay of the stream.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my! You're saying it's wow! That's a big delay.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
a good delay.
it's a good bit.
But yeah, that's from that point. I've been mostly working on the character design, not creating them from scratch, but mostly redesigning the bosses that Sol and TG already designed. So this is my take on Chili Fox. The right one, Kangaroo Fox, as you can see, that is more faithful to John's original concept, and the second one on the left, the one that you know today, Chili Fox. And from that point, I got hired as a Kara designer and the lead visual artist for the promotion art.
And not just that, because you also made new attacks for this guy.
So yeah, that came later. But first, I mostly worked on the bosses and providing some artworks. I'm the one who came up with a visual representation of the Chaser Armor sprites as well, because when I joined, the Chaser Armor was only a sprite. There wasn't a proper concept of it, so I had to work from it, and that's why it looked like it looks like now.
And it should be updating now when showing some concept art of the Chili Fox, right?
Oh right, yeah. And after I started being more implicated on the game design, like the boss move and stuff. For example, I suggested that Chili Fox had a ski attack, and I'm the one who imagined that plague, that player plague that is the arc attack.
Yeah, that attack.
leap attack.
I'm sure you know the one.
I am
Everyone has trouble with
responsible.
this attack.
I am the one to put the blame on for this one because I designed it.
Let me see, what else can we show now that we're on this?
Well, while we're on topic on the bosses, when I joined, you guys didn't have all the bosses designed. So I took upon me to design Blaze Leo.
Oh, I do
Blaze
have
Leo,
the first image that you sent.
Blaze Leo is one of the few bosses that I created myself for the game. In fact, I created almost everything related to Blaze Leo outside of his story, dialogues, and stuff, his lore. But I created his design, I made his sprites, and I designed and programmed his boss fight. So I am responsible for your future moment of rage coming 2025.
I mean, to be fair, he's a very simple boss. Now, actually.
Just say it because you're a gamer.
And since we were on the topic, the question of how do you design the bosses? How do you guys take inspiration to create new boss design? Well, I don't know about Chili Fox. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. A fox mixed with frozen and skiing element. But for Blaze Leo, here's the guy. The dude.
Oh! There's something I can say about that, for the original ideas for the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of these bosses are all based on natural species of animals that you can find in the country that I live.
Oh.
And the vast majority of these are either extinct or in danger of being extinct. They're like endangered species of my country.
True.
So Chili Fox is actually based on the Darwin's fox.
Polar fox.
The Darwin's fox, which is known as the zorro chilote in Spanish. And because of chilote, which is from Chile, I had the name of Chili from the very beginning, so Chili Fox is basically a Chilean fox. It's based on the Darwin's fox, which is a very small guy.
As for Blaze Leo, I don't think you had something as precise as that.
Well, I wanted to use a South American panther for that, but I figured I had a story bit with Blaze Leo happen, and for that I just felt like it should be a lion proper. There was no specific reason for this. It's just the story bit that you guys already know and that we probably shouldn't talk about yet.
Yeah. As I see someone mentioned Gregar, so some people might know me for my Mega Man Zero and ZX works before knowing me for Innocent Impulse. So yeah, I'm a huge Mega Man Zero and ZX fan. And I think you can feel it in Blaze Leo design vibes when you look at him. Gregar, I was surprised because I'm not as much as a Rockman EXE fan, and it's when I played Mega Man X Dive that I was exposed to Gregar the first time, and I was like, this head looks familiar, and indeed it was, but this was mostly an accident. My inspiration for that guy for Blaze Leo, it was Fist Leo from Mega Man ZX, obviously.
Funny you say that.
And after, mostly, for the base, at least for the feeling. But after that, I went a bit freestyle on him. I just had an idea in my mind. I could visualize his shape. And based on what Saul told me about the boss, that it is supposed to be a super angry lion. I wanted him to look like a ball of anger. So that's what I tried to convey in the design. And as you can see, it has two different stances. The one Saul posted first when he's standing, when he stand up, and this one where is more combat stance. So yeah, I think that when I designed him, the idea behind him was to convey that idea of ball of anger, ready to jump at you like very fast, and that's why I also put those two, I believe. What do you call those in the main Soul?
I'm not sure how they call it. No,
thrusters.
Kind of.
So yeah, that's why I put thruster in his main to convey the idea that he can prepare himself and shout at you.
Also,
Something you will see.
I
when you fight him.
I apologize because I changed the image, trying to time for when it would update. Because of the light.
No,
because
don't worry.
there's something that I think it's very worth mentioning about this guy, Slithering Howitzer, which is on one of the bosses that are planned for later. This was one special case for the designs of the bosses, because this one was made by TG, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, we had some sketches and concept art of the bosses that Tommy later redesigned in more finished shapes. But this one had a very funny case where there was absolutely nothing to improve on him. He was already so good. Like, TG really nailed the design for this one immediately.
Yeah, Saul sent me the design. I look at it and I was like, I don't need to change anything. It's perfect.
It's perfect as it is.
I mean, I did tweak few details. Yes, sure, but if you do, you have the concept arts with. Do you have my my?
Yeah,
redraw?
I am posting it the line art.
Okay. Yeah, because what I did for this guy was more like of a redraw than a redesign, because I just love this guy design. This is one I think John nailed it perfectly from the start.
You'll probably post both side by side.
I think you can post both. Yeah, that would be better, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
only,
Yeah, I'm
like,
sorry,
the
Chad.
only-
I'm gonna have to cover you.
Yeah, the only immediate change from the design is like the addition of like quote unquote facial hair on like his on his chin, like the little like.
Oh
beard
yeah,
that
I
he
gave him a
has.
goatee because he's an
Like,
old
a
man.
goatee,
Yeah,
yes.
he's supposed to be an old guy. An old war veteran. He's Rebel Force.
Yeah.
He's Rebel Force.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
you can-
Paul, the old the other picture disappeared.
Hmm?
We can only see the new one.
I can see both.
I can see I can see both.
Oh wait, oh no, oh wait, it's I'm way
Yeah, it's
behind
just
you.
lagging. Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
because I'm a completely different state too.
Biolizard and Megatron.
And yeah, so yeah, you can see I barely tweaked him. It's mostly the same. It's mostly the proportion I revised, and I gave him the goatee.
What can I
Otherwise,
say?
he's
Like,
our snake boy, old boy.
What can I say? I'm just like I'm just like too powerful when it comes to like anything X4 related.
Yeah, you're our local X4 guy. So
And
wow,
you
someone said that
know-
he looks like Hydern from KOF. Wow.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, same. Oh, that does give me kind of ideas for the boss fight. Wow.
Yeah, this is one of the boss we don't we are far from it settled of the boss fight. We have ideas from time to time, but yeah, this guy not done yet.
Yeah, there's still a lot to do. Maybe we could show another one. I mean, it's fun to show the bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who else could we show?
The flower?
Datura?
Yes.
Datura. Okay, we have Datura here.
Well,
Mm,
so Datura, did she have
oh, there's
yeah,
a
she
lot
had,
of sketches.
she had a concept. I think you guys had made a concept for before I worked on her. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have one.
She was very goblin on that one.
Yeah. This was Datura at first.
What do you mean by good-looking bosses, Jordan?
Any good-looking bosses? Wait, so the others don't look good? What? Is that what you're saying? Oh my
just not
god,
good-looking enough for you? Is that what you're saying?
bro.
So this is the original Phantom Datura. She's goblin.
Oh god, this is an old design.
I mean, yeah, obviously has some accelerate inspiration. But I think, yeah, she needed a bit of rework.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, quite a
The
bit.
idea was there, but it's like,
Whew.
This one changed a lot.
Yeah, it did.
Probably
Yeah.
one of the bosses that changed the most from the original ideas. And yeah,
you don't have
Datura.
the full body. You don't
That-
have the full body one.
Oh, I don't think I do.
I can send it your way if you want.
It's the one
Like,
that
I
doesn't
have
have
the,
colors, right? It doesn't have colors, right?
I have the full concept sheet with colors if you want. Here.
Oh wait, I have it.
oh yeah, man, okay, yeah, this looks much better. But then again, it also helps that I wasn't like it also helps that it was more than just a plant version of Marino.
Yeah.
So my design process for that boss was the people need to sim for the flower, and so I got to work.
And so people did, and they will.
Yeah, it's the neural activation.
Which is funny because she's based on a flower that it releases a neurotoxin.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
See, it makes sense.
I like the Sigma version of this flower though.
The sick.
yeah.
Oh no.
For the little story, Omega made a bunch of shitpost Sigma version of the bosses.
Yeah, so they're all muscular.
But
And
yeah,
this-
I'm very happy with how the design turned. Like having the petal be having like hair too.
Hmm.
But yeah, this is Datura.
Phantom Datura. I think there's one boss that we should talk about. And by boss, I mean bosses. Plural.
Oh, you want to talk about them?
I want to talk about them because they are one of the best ideas for this game. I love them so much.
Well, let's go ahead. And also, I believe this is the second boss says I fully designed.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't have a design when I joined.
Yeah, they didn't have designs yet.
Yeah, they
just
didn't.
have ideas. So this is one of the bosses that you made the designs from scratch. And yeah,
Yeah.
these are the Lontra gang. The one in the middle is the leader. His name is Hydrojet Lontra. And he's actually 3 Reploids for a boss. You're gonna have to fight all 3. So that's gonna be a really, really fun fight to design later. There's supposed to be a circus trope, you know, making tricks and stuff. But they they kind of just make trouble for the people around, you know, they're like troublemakers. A bit of a few meme lords. A bit of a meme lord. But yeah, these guys are an idea that we had a long time ago for having a multiple boss. And I can't wait to work on them. They are so fun. They're really fun to design and think ideas
people
of.
say they look like Pokemon. Can you show the promotional artwork?
The final one.
Yeah. So people can see them in a more actiony style.
Yeah. Hold on.
Also, someone asking, how many bosses are done? Do you mean conceptually or in the game? Faking.
Because conceptually, all of them.
Conceptually, all of them are done conceptually. Like they all have an artwork, concept, and all. In the game, only Chili Fox and Blaze Leo.
Yeah, only two. Only two of them are finished.
No, these are regular bosses.
Yes, they are regular bosses. They are one of the main 8.
Yeah. They're one of the main 8 altogether.
Yeah, X and Z are not the clowns, they are the entire circus. Yeah, exactly.
And this is the trio in their full glory. The full promotional artwork. This is the first time we show this artwork fully, by the way.
Yeah. Man, I love them so much. I really can't wait to start working on them.
Yeah, we have some ideas already for their boss fights. It's going to be very fun, I think.
Like one of the images, like the visual images of these guys that we have with my brother when we discuss them, are like Ed and Eddie. I'm sure many of you know that. But yeah, those are like the big inspiration for these guys, and I really like them.
Oh, also something we didn't show, but originally I designed them to have a seal tail, instead of legs.
Oh, right. The tails. Yeah, I have that.
It's Soren who asked me to give them legs instead. But
yeah, the original idea was them having like a fin tail.
Yeah, because at first I thought they were seals, but it appears they are more like otters.
Yeah, they are otters. Alontra. The ones that in Chile are known as chungongo. But yeah, these guys, I really like them.
Yeah, this was because of a misunderstanding, but that was the original, the very first concept. Yeah.
Yeah, their logo is an L, so they're gonna have you take the L. Yeah. So yeah, it's a thing that I wanted the bosses to be more unique, more special to the game. Because one characteristic, I can't English, of the game is that this doesn't have a rival. This game doesn't have a rival. There's no Bile, no Dynamo here. Because I wanted to give the 8 bosses more protagonism in the game, like make them be more important for the story, instead of just, you know, bosses of a level that you have to clear once and then forget about them. They are supposed to interact with the world more. They have consequences. Like if you spare them or not, that will change the world around them. So they do have an effect. So kind of, you know, like in X3, when if you destroy Bile or the Nightmare Police early, it changes things in the game. Something like that, but with the 8 bosses. They are gonna be more important more story, more focused on the story. And for that, we did need unique bosses, some more fun shapes, fun ideas, and these guys are one of the best ones in my opinion. They're really just a big balls of fun.
Yeah. And talking about the boss implication in the story, this is a good segue to that question that was asked earlier. Will Chili Fox be interactable in the base once he's repaired? And I think we can answer that.
Yeah, we can absolutely answer this. Like, yes, he will. You will be able to talk to the bosses that you spare, that you save, and they will have things to say to you, of course. They might appear later in the game. I'm not like hopping in the stages or something like that. But we do have plans for the bosses that still make it, even the bosses that you should not spare. Because that's also another thing. Some of the bosses should not be spared. They are actual mavericks, actual danger. So if you spare them, well, you're just letting go a criminal. That's up for the player to decide.
Still, so Faking say that they haven't figured out how to spare Chili Fox in the demos. So if you remember, the old man give you a side mission to find his son. Maybe you should try that first.
Yeah, the son that you can see right here in the picture, in the background of the stream.
Yeah, right under TG Remix.
Yeah, he's right there. You have to save him.
It doesn't like in need of
yeah,
help.
you can spare the bosses, indeed.
Yeah,
what are the requirements? It varies from a boss to another.
Yeah, each one of the boss have a mission, a requirement for you to complete, and if you do, something in the boss fight will change. Like rescuing this guy, the son of the elder, has implications that X, will learn more about Chili Fox. Will learn that maybe he's not actually a threat, and he might spare Chili Fox from being destroyed. Like, he's not at fault. He might have something more to say, but if you don't, of course, X is not gonna learn that. So he has to stop the threat right away, and Chili Fox is still doing, the storm, the thing. So no sparing, I guess. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad ending. Like we try to design these routes things, not in a way that there's a good ending and a bad ending. There are still gameplay implications for the bad routes, quote unquote. So things will still change in a different way, even if you fail to spare a boss. That might still be interesting to see. So if you're trying to make a perfect save file when you spare everyone and do everything right, yeah, that's fine. But I do encourage you to also see the B scenario, the other side. It also has interesting implications in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, MMX if it was Undertale, yeah. Yeah, you can say it's right, yeah.
Was the boy in the demo already? Yes, he is. Yeah, no, the full mission is for Chili Fox is already available in 0.2. So you can spare Chili Fox in 0.2. Changing a bit of shifting the topic a bit to other fun games this time. Are there plans to include references to other fine games like Corrupted, Maverick's Fury, or X8 Damage?
I guess that depends. Because, yeah, we are fans of other fine games. We're friends with other developers. But that does depend on what they want. I mean, if we go and add something and maybe they are not okay with it, of course we have to take it away. It's not, we can just go and do things without even asking. That would be not respectful.
Yeah.
So, but if it's something that we can do and it's reasonable and it's not gonna be too much work, it's gonna delay main content, maybe we can have some kind of funny cameo or something. It's
notably
not
with
outside the realm of possibility, but we do have
yeah,
to consider
especially-
what the others think of this.
Yeah, we have been discussing about that with Layton, who is a leader of project leader of Reminiscence. And talking about Reminiscence, that was one of the very first questions asked on the stream, but sadly got buried. What is the CX2 relationship with the Reminiscent team?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What is our relation as a team with the Reminiscent team?
With Mega Man X Reminiscence? Well, to begin with, I am an advisor for Mega Man X Reminiscence. I am in the dev team, giving advice, pointers, sometimes a sprite if I can. There's a very good relationship with the development team of other fan games, in Corrupted and Reminiscence. We try to, be friends that like Mega Man X, and engage and have funny discussions, maybe joke a bit. But with Reminiscence, we have a very good relationship. We try to help when we can. That is one of the main goals of what we named after the CX2 project, which is our dev team, CX2 team, to make games, but not only make games, so also help others make games, sharing our knowledge, our experience, sharing sprites, assets, things, in any way that we can help other developers make more Mega Man X games. That's where we will be. We will try to help when we can, and when it's welcome, of course. We do want to impose. And with the Reminiscence, yeah, that is one thing that we started. I think Layson started sharing Reminiscence updates in our server, and then we started giving advice and everything. And then the game started evolving and getting more people around and stuff. We did see the early days of Reminiscence. I do remember that. But yeah, we do try to help when we can. And Layson is a very cool dude. He is amazing. And I really hope that Reminiscence gets a very good release later on in the future.
Yeah. So thank you, Gyler. That's nice.
Oh, an inspiration. Oh yeah, that is very nice. Yeah, that is exactly what the fact that I like to see that our work can inspire others to make games, more Mega Man X, because yeah, the world needs more Mega Man X games, dude. We need more games, from Capcom or not, whatever. It doesn't matter. If we're fans and we can make it, we should make it. It's a fun thing to work on.
It's crazy to think that Mega Man ZX has more released fun games than Mega Man X.
I know, right? It's weird. It's so weird. Like, there's barely 80 Mega Man X game around. Like, fan games.
But
And CX has more.
We're working. Now, granted, ZX Prequel is a lot of asset flip from the ZX game.
But it's still valid. It still counts.
But it's finished. I mean, it's playable. It's released.
And it's very fun. It's very fun.
Yeah. And another good segue. Damn, so many segues. We could make a business out of them tonight.
Wow.
About the topic of helping each other, supporting each other, being inspiration. Someone asked an interesting question. I've been working on something X-like on my own, but it's a really daunting task to doing it solo. Yep, it is. How many people are there for aspect in the development cycle? How do you divide up the work, so to speak? That's an interesting question. The workflow of the team. So this will probably be the last question for tonight, because we will have to wrap up soon, especially Soren. So let's answer that one. I think it's a good way to end the Q&A. So how do we divide the work? How do we organize ourselves when working on the game?
Well,
to not be over, say,
Overworked?
Overboarded. I don't know if it's the correct
Overworked?
term to say, but yeah,
Yeah, you get it.
overworked.
Well, there is a proper answer for this and a non-proper answer. The non-proper answer is that we basically just do what we want when we feel like it.
Basically.
Because this is something very important that people forget about these games. This is a hobby. We have lives and things to care about. We have jobs. We study, you know. And we do this in our free time when we feel like it, when we can, when we have energy. Sometimes we might have the energy and time, and we just don't feel like working on the game, and that's fine. It's just a hobby. It's just something we do for fun, for ourselves, and that is important to remember. Like, there's still the community aspect of a fan game. Like, okay, yeah, we're Mega Man fans, and we're making games for everyone to enjoy. Yeah, that is still true, but it's also true that this is just a thing we do in our free time. Many people forget about it. We basically don't owe anything to people. Like they don't. There's a lot of people that think they deserve to have a game just because they are fans, and that's not exactly right. We try to have something for everyone, of course, but there's still something to remember, that we have lives, we have business, we have a busy life too, things to do, and that's important to remember. So why I say this is because for the release of 0.2, we had a deadline to release this in, I think it was the anniversary for the Mega Man X series. We went to release it in December. And boy, that was not fun at all. That was not a fun time. We were all super stressed. We were not enjoying this. We were really stressed with this.
I didn't slept that night.
Yeah, no, it was not enjoyable at all.
I spent the night trying to fix everything, all the bugs and glitches that suddenly came out our way after we released the version.
Yeah, we were very stressed there.
I also remember doing the sprite work and at the same time studying for the finals of my last year at college. It was I should not have done that.
It was hell.
None of us should have done that.
Yeah, I was also in the middle of my finals for when that demo was released when I was in art school. So even if I, as little as I could have done, it was already just kind of stressful, just like being around.
Yeah, I have to take care of an elderly person in my house, and that is stressful on its own. So when we add all the stress from the game as well, like making sure that all the work is done there, it was chaotic. It was not fun. I was not enjoying making this game. I thought many times that I don't want to work on this anymore. I want to cancel it. I want to stop. And it was not something that I want to go through ever again. So ever since, the way, and to go back to the question, the way we organize the work is to basically let everyone do what they can when they can. So if you have time and you're not busy, make some sprites, maybe make a few tunes, some sound effects, program a bit of the game when you can. So everyone just works on their own pace and their own schedules when they allow it. Sometimes there's high periods of high activity where everyone is like working on everything and there's a lot of movement, and sometimes no one is working on anything. We're just busy with our lives, and that's just how it happens. But it's a very important thing to consider, and we have to learn many harsh lessons from that. Like, the stress was so much during those times that we argued a lot. We yelled at each other a lot. It was not enjoyable. And
that was terrible.
It was a very valuable experience that I don't want to ever go through again. I learned a lot. I learned to appreciate the work we do, the time we dedicate to this, and of course the people that we surround ourselves with. And because of that, we we prefer to have a more free, open development of the game. Everyone does what they can when they can. That also means that the game will be released when it's done, and there's no way for us to tell when that's gonna happen, precisely because of this. If we have deadlines again, I will assure you that this game will not survive.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing about like we kind of like talked about it with deadlines is just that we were like that not only like deadlines in themselves aren't necessarily a bad thing, but the problem about it was like the positionings that we were all in, because half of the game, because all the music stuff was fine from what I remember, like we didn't have to worry about that. However, in terms of like the actual workforce that was in the game at that time, half of it was trying to complete in school, and the other half was like, well, not really other half. It's like me, Ken, and Omega were busy working in school, and so that just basically left Soul and Tommy to just do the grunt work of like finishing up in that short amount of time. So it was just inconvenient. So it was just like it was a combination of not being used to having a deadline and the circumstances that we found ourselves in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's very important to consider. I mean, it's also not good to just do whatever we want, because otherwise the game is just not going to be released ever. So it's important to not pressure ourselves too much with deadlines. It's also equally important to have a set goal in mind, so that we can be motivated to work on this, to see this happening. And that's why we had the release window of the next update for the second half of 2025. If it's not specific, it's an estimate. We are trying to aim for that, so we still try to, measure the work with that in mind. But if we are past the second half of 2025, near 2026, and we're still not ready, we will delay the release in favor for the good of the game. It's important. I think it's important.
Yeah. Yep. We will confirm the release when we know it's ready to be released, not before.
But that also has like a separate side effect, that if for some reason we have the work done earlier, then yeah, sure, we can release it earlier. It can also happen. That's also something that can happen.
Nothing is set in stone right now. Anything can happen. So
it's a healthy balance.
What is sure is that we are doing our best to make that game the best as it can, the
Absolutely.
most stable as it can.
Yeah, we have seen
it ready as soon as possible, but not to the point of forgetting ourselves.
Yeah, we have seen the comments of people that we read every single comment that you guys made, like in the Discord, in the YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. We read you. We see what you post about the game, and I am really thankful for everyone that likes this game, even the ones that don't, that give us their feedback, what they think of the game, what we should improve, what they like. And that's we see it. We see you posting there, complaining about Chili Fox. We see you there, and I couldn't be more thankful to everyone for having interest in this little game of ours. And we will keep doing our best for having a good game for everyone that this series serves.
Yep. So count on us for that.
Yeah, I think this is a good point to wrap things up. I want to thank everyone who came here to talk with us. I'm sorry again if we couldn't answer your questions. We might do this in the future. Maybe we can host this again. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun.
I see 4 last questions that can get an express answer. So let me.
Oh, some last time. Okay. Let's do some.
So this
some
will
quick
be
ones.
the last question rush. I will handle that myself if you're alright with that.
Yeah. That is good.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go. Here we go. Any new armor you got planned? No. Let's see. Will the game have holding dash button, dash jump already in? What else? What else? What else? How many endings? 200. And will you add Mama Dragon? What the fuck is a Mama Dragon? Thank you for coming, everyone. That was very fun. Very nice to have you
It
all
was super
there.
fun. If you have more questions and don't want to wait for us to do this again, you can join us in the Discord. You can talk with us, ask us things. It's a very fun place. So again, thank you everyone for coming. We will be seeing you in another update, another stream. Thank you all. Thank you for following this game. We'll be seeing ya. Have a good time.